In other HSU news, the Academic Senate has decided to go ahead and allow the prioritization ranking that has been set up last year to go ahead and start the process of cutting programs. They voted 24-0 in an amazing vote, almost complete unanimity in that decision. Pretty disgusting, really, that they would go along with it. It would be a nice, piece of symbology to at least have all voted against it and made Provost Snyder go ahead and be forced to do what he would have done anyways, which is cut the programs.
Yeah, and show the true tyrannical nature of them, which leads us into our next story from the Times Standard by Donna Tam. HSU Change Panel calls for reform. Throughout my experience as a student government, legislative affairs vice president and chair of student government, I was an academic senator at the time, and the Western Association of Schools and Colleges and Keeling and Associates has done an independent analysis of the university situation, as well as the Academic Senate, have all concluded that shared government is the best solution to most of the problems that are being suffered at HSU. And a university-wide Senate is now proposed, but President Ron Richmond hasn't listened to HSU faculty opinion for a long time, which makes it a sore point for campus relations. Ron and his administration have repeatedly received raises and praises during the worsening budget crisis and cuts at the university. Richmond has little and no confidence in him, according to an academic senate ballot during my time in the academic senate. And all concessions and negotiations have been later undermined by further budget cuts, which ultimately leads me to conclude that becoming an independent entity free of the CSU is ultimately the solution to most of the problems the university has been suffering.
And now for our state news, more on education.
It's another Times Standard article by Allison White. Education officials cry foul over governor's cuts. While HSU and the California State University System administration are paid handsomely for their misleadership, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has developed a budget proposal he claims protects education, when in reality the proposed budget will actually cut $2.5 billion from the state's education funds. You can't cut as deep as that and not cut vital services, says Gary Eagles, superintendent of Humboldt County Office of Education. California now must fill a budget gap of nearly $20 billion. And cutting school district administrative costs, encouraging schools to use contractors instead of hiring employees, and consolidating county offices are all on the table right now.
Shifting gears a little bit to the Los Angeles Times, state lawmakers take aim at free parking. Basically, they are really upset about free parking. We have this Senator Alan Lowenthal, who's from Long Beach, and who's saying that there's too much of it, too much free parking. It's encouraging people to drive, and what a horrible thing. And he says that they want to put this bill in which is going to provide financial incentives for cities and counties to stop providing free parking on the street. Cities that take such action will get more state money than others. So basically, that's criminal, first of all. We already pay tax money to build all of the streets, to build everything. It should be first come, first served as far as parking goes.
Another Times Standard story by Allison White is a bill to legalize, regulate marijuana reintroduced to state assembly by the Times Standard. And this bill, known as AB 2254, is a preemptive strike by legislatures to regulate cannabis after the recent ruling which says that the state cannot manipulate propositions passed by the people of California. A $50 an ounce fee is proposed, and restricting marijuana or cannabis smoking to tobacco zones only is in the measure.